Anyway, let's say hello to tonight's guests. One is an award-winning actor who starred in some of the most powerful films of our time.
Yeah, and the other is the voice of BBC Radio 1's drive time show. It's Chiwetel Ejiofor and Vick.
We won't get into
that. Do you know what? Do you know what? I'm so glad you told me not to say it to Vick, because I would have said it. Anyway, Vick, let's talk bank holiday.
It could be a monster.
Yes, exactly. Let's talk bank holiday weekend, right? Because loads of people will be so excited. They'll be enjoying their time off. I've never thought I'd ever say this about you. You're off to the football.
Going to Anfield Row. I'm going to Anfield.
Wow.
Yes.
I mean, I would have hoped, you know, you and I are good friends, I would have hoped it would have been the Emirates Stadium, but instead you're going to Anfield.
It should be St James's Park, really.
Yes, realistically.
I support Newcastle United, but my partner supports Liverpool, and, you know, this is what you do. This is what you do.
It is for love, isn't it?
It's for love. I do it for love.
It is. All right.
Exactly.
Well, you'd be glad, Chiwetel, of a bank holiday because you've been busy writing, directing, starring in this brilliant new film. It's based on a true story called Rob Peace. Right. Oh, my goodness, we both loved it. What can you tell us about Rob Peace and who he was?
Thank you. Yeah, so Rob Peace was a young man. He lived in Newark in New Jersey, the sort of East Orange area of Newark, and he grew up he was born in the 80s. He was a very brilliant young boy and an incredibly intelligent man, and he went to Yale University to study molecular biophysics and biochemistry. His challenges were, plenty. He grew up in difficult circumstances. His father went to prison for a double homicide, and Rob, through all of the other things that he was balancing in his life, was also trying to find a way to get his father out of prison, who he believed was unfairly incarcerated, and so. And this became a kind of obsession for Rob in many ways, and ultimately it ended up sort of derailing his life in some of the things that he was achieving.
Yeah, I mean, it's an incredible story. I mean, let's take a look at what people can expect.
I did not commit this crime.
The jury finds the defendant, Robert E. Douglas, guilty.
I'll take care of everything. I promise.
You're going to college. The best thing you could do for your daddy is to keep being brilliant.
Show me some redemption. How much can you put together for a lawyer? I mean, a good one.
There's none.
God help me, I love that man, but he will watch you burn to the ground trying to get him out.
I'm not proud of all the choices I made. Was I prepared to risk everything?
Chiwetel, there are some really brilliant performances in it. You play Robert's dad. Yeah. You must have felt quite a lot of pressure, though, to get it spot on, really. And what lengths did you go to try and make that the case?
Yeah, I think there's always pressure. I think when you're telling a real story, and this was the story of one family. Over a couple of decades, a family that had incredible highs and devastating lows. And so the first thing for me to do, really, was to connect with the family, connect with Jackie Peace, Rob's mother. So I went to see her in Orange, New Jersey, and we spent a lot of time together. And it was amazing to meet her. She was so vibrant and just full of life, full of energy, excited, about the prospect of trying to tell Rob's story. Because, I think when all the events that happened to Rob happened, it was contextualized in various different ways, and some of them were quite judgmental of Rob, actually. Yes. And I was sort of trying to look kind of slightly under the hood and just see what was really going on with him. He was a very brilliant, compassionate young man, and he was balancing an awful lot of things. And I think Jackie, Rob's mum, really sort of appreciated the approach that I wanted to take in telling his story. I thought there was more to tell about what happened to Rob.
Well, I mean, the film has got an incredible cast as well. I mean, Michael Kelly, of course, but then we've got Mary J. Blige.
Yeah.
And also, the younger audience might have spotted Camila Cabello in there. There she is. I mean, what was it like working with Camila? Because she's relatively new. She's done Cinderella, but a film like this is different for her, right?
Yeah, I think she was great. She was very excited to take on this, and it's very different in many ways to other stuff that she's done. Yeah. She's incredibly charismatic, and I really wanted somebody who could play opposite Jay Will, who leads the film as Rob Peace. with that kind of charisma. He again has this real charm and drive to him, and so having somebody who can really play opposite him, and and Camille was just perfect. I'd seen her in Cinderella. I was sort of stunned by how charismatic and how effortless she was, really.
Yeah.
As well as this sort of remarkable wider persona that she has, and so I was very intrigued, and I'm really thrilled that she responded so well to the material when I sent her the script, and wanted to be part of the film.
Amazing.
Now, there's another film that you're in. Very different, but oh so exciting.
Yeah.
Bridget Jones, Chiwetel. This is iconic. It's amazing. So, what can you tell us?
I can tell you very little about...
No, we are
That's not going to happen, Chiwetel. I'm really sorry.
Come on.
Just amongst us.
Yeah. Is there a
have
fight scene? Are you a love interest? What's going on?
I am going to say nothing about the plot of Bridget Jones, but
Do you wear a Christmas jumper?
I will, of course I wear a Christmas jumper.
Okay, at least we know that.
All right.
But I will say it was an amazing time, and it was really, really fun to work on it, and a really great team. It really is truly an iconic piece. So
Are we going to love it?
I think you are going to love it.
Okay.
Yes.
Brilliant.
Fine.
There we go. Right, well, thank you so much. You can watch Rob Peace in cinemas from Friday, the 6th of September.
Still to come tonight, Vick will tell us why her new BBC series, Made in Korea, is a music experiment like no other. Hello, Matt. What's the atmosphere like?
Hello there. Hello.
Where's Matt from again?
Yeah. Now, see, the funny thing about that, Vick and Chiwetel, is that you've done that exact thing, haven't you?
Yeah, minus the dancing, but I've been to the Lotte Tower in Seoul, which is exactly where they were. There's me dangling my legs off the edge of it.
Oh, light work.
That is a video that...
Did you sing a song up there?
Yeah, that was actually after I was having a breather after I was doing my dance. But no, it's very, very scary. But look, someone else that is just as scary, Hee-jun. Now, talk to me about Hee-jun. Hee-jun kind of makes Simon Cowell look like Mary Poppins. She's terrifying.
Like a pussycat, yeah. So she's part of SM Entertainment. She's head of casting and development. She evaluates the boys every week. So every week they'll have a challenge, whether it's to do a performance, to learn a song, to make a music video. And she is savage. But that's how it is. I mean, I find this show so fascinating to really get to see behind the scenes of how these bands are put together, how they're developed. And to see the finished product, because I don't think we've ever seen it. And cameras have never been allowed into SM Entertainment before. And I'm really interested to see where these boys go, because although it's a K-pop experience, they're 5 British boys, they're not Korean. No one's pretending that they're going to be a K-pop band at the end of it. They all sing in different registers, and K-pop, it's very, very high. And rather than fight against that, I think it's important that the boys who have lower voices can lean into that and make the most of it. They're going to have different styles. So it's a journey. If you've seen episode 1, you'll know it didn't start great for them.
Yeah.
But it's ongoing. We'll see how they come out at the end.
But it must be like the training is massive.
It's proper. It really is. And it's emotional as well as physical. They're really put through their paces. You see how hard these K-pop bands work. So yeah, I can't wait to see what happens in the end.
I mean, talking of dance training as well, Chiwetel, got to mention it, kinky boots. I mean, you were put through your paces. You did, like, we can see you here dancing in heels as well. Now, how hard what was it to do that? That takes a lot of training.
That did take a lot of training, actually. I found it incredibly dangerous. That's the one thing that the K-pop thing doesn't have, is the danger level that I was experiencing there with the 4.5, 5 inch heels.
See, well, funnily enough, you've also done that.
I have done that, yeah, but we don't talk about it.
That's a different story. Now, Vick, earlier this week, we had Billy Munger on, and of course he's going over to Paris to do the Paralympics with you. What sports are you looking forward to then?
Oh, have you seen wheelchair rugby?
Oh, it is
brutal.
My gosh.
So exciting, though.
It's so amazing. It's full contact, it's intense, it's savage, it's incredible. Last time I covered the Paralympics, I was just in the velodrome. I was doing the cycling, and it was Tokyo, so there were no crowds. It was a very different experience, but I got so invested. I loved it so much. There's so many reasons that any given Paralympian might be there, whether they were born a certain way, maybe they were servicemen or women and they sustained an injury, perhaps they have a degenerative illness. There's so many stories, and I used to say to them, guys, you're so inspiring. They were like, no, we're athletes and that's it. But at the end of the day, you don't know which little girl or boy is sitting at home watching and thinking, you know what, I can be anything, I can do anything. this coverage, I know we're on the BBC right now. BBC, you did great with the Olympics, but the Paralympics, I just think it's better. I love it so much.
Oh, fantastic. Well, look.
Right, let's do some messages really quickly. Yep. Now then, Christine has been in touch, Chiwetel. She loved you in Kinky Boots. A fine actor, she says.
Exactly. Julie has written in saying, fabulous actor, Chiwetel. I was so moved watching his performance in 12 Years a Slave that I had to go out and buy the book.
Lovely. That is all we've got time for tonight. Thanks to our guests. We are off on Bank Holiday Monday, but Clara and Vernon Kay will be here on Tuesday.
Yeah, and we've got a whole host of guests next week, including Hollywood stars Jeff Goldblum, Michael Keaton and Alicia Vikander.
Have a lovely Bank Holiday weekend. Bye-bye.